So, Apple just unveiled its latest professional-grade smartphone, the iPhone 17 Pro, and they're making some of the biggest claims we've ever heard. Today, we're going to peel back the marketing layers and break down exactly what's new, starting from the very core of the device and working our way out. Apple led their whole presentation with this. To redefine Pro, we had to start again. I mean, that's a seriously bold statement. It sets a ridiculously high bar for what this phone is supposed to be.
But let's be real, what does starting again even mean for a device that you just slip into your pocket? Is that just slick marketing talk, or has something fundamentally changed about what this phone can actually do? Well, that's the big question we're here to unpack.
So we are going to deconstruct this redefined Pro claim. We're going to look at this phone from its very heart, from the metal it's made of all the way out to the intelligence it's running on its brand new chip. And our journey starts right at the foundation. The design and the internal architecture have been completely reimagined. And believe it or not, it all begins with the way the phone's metal body is actually forged.
Yeah, Apple is using a whole new process for the unibody. This isn't just carving a phone out of a block of metal anymore. No, they take solid aluminum, extrude it, heat it up, forge it into shape, and then machine it with incredible precision. This whole complex process, it's not just for looks, it's fundamental to the phone's new power.
And what you get from all that forging is a frame that's not only light, but also incredibly rigid and way more efficient at handling heat. This new structure is really the key that unlocks everything else. Better performance, more room inside for a bigger battery, and just overall, a much tougher phone.
Now, to handle all the heat from the powerful new chip, Apple has brought in a vapor chamber. You can think of it like a tiny, super sophisticated radiator for your phone. There's deionized water inside that turns from a liquid to a gas, pulling heat away from that A19 Pro chip and spreading it out across the whole aluminum frame. This lets the phone run at its absolute peak speed for way longer without overheating and slowing down.
And that new thermal system makes some absolutely insane performance numbers possible. The A19 Pro chip gives you up to 50% faster CPU speeds, which is great. But the real headline here is the GPU. It's up to 2.5 times faster. That is a massive jump for anyone into serious gaming or video work. And because of that vapor chamber, sustained performance is up 40%. It just doesn't quit.
The phone is also a lot tougher. The back now gets ceramic shield protection, making it 4 times more resistant to cracks from a drop. And the front has the new ceramic shield too, which is 3 times better at resisting scratches. So it's tougher on both sides. And thanks to that new internal design and the super efficient chip, the battery life is just staggering. On the Pro Max model, you're looking at up to 39 hours of video playback. Let that sink in. That is by far the best battery life ever in an iPhone.
Okay, so all of that internal power and design work, it all enables what is probably the main event for the Pro claim, the cameras. Apple's calling it the ultimate Pro camera system, and honestly, it has been completely overhauled.
Let's just start with the number that's blowing everyone's mind. 8x. This is the longest optical quality zoom ever put in an iPhone. We're talking the equivalent of a 200mm lens. That is a gigantic leap for phone photography.
So how on earth do they do it? Well, it starts with a massive change. For the first time, all 3 of the back cameras are 48 megapixels. And while the main and ultra-wide cameras are amazing, the real star of the show is that new telephoto camera. It has a sensor that is 56% larger, and that's what unlocks that incredible 4x and 8x optical quality zoom. But the video features, this is where the phone really earns that Pro title. It has Gen-Lock support, which lets professional filmmakers perfectly synchronize multiple iPhones on a movie set. I mean, that's a feature you usually only find on high-end cinema cameras. And it's also the first smartphone ever to support ProRes RAW, which is a top-tier video format for pro editors.
And don't worry, they didn't forget the front camera. It's a brand new 18-megapixel sensor that now has center stage. So when you're taking a group selfie, the camera will just intelligently zoom out to make sure everyone fits in the picture. No more awkward arm stretching.
Of course, all this incredible hardware needs some serious brains to make it all work. And that comes in the form of iOS 26 and a new suite of features that Apple is calling Apple Intelligence, which brings some really powerful on-device AI to your everyday tasks.
One of the handiest things here are the new writing tools. You can have your phone proofread an email, rewrite a text to sound more professional or even more casual, or you can just get it to summarize a super long article with a single tap.
The visual tools are just as impressive. There's a cleanup feature that lets you just erase distracting objects or people from your photos, like magic. And live translation can now translate text in your messages or even spoken words during a phone call in real time. It's wild.
And then there's Gmoji, which is just really fun. You can type a description right into the keyboard, like say, a sloth with a light bulb, and it will generate a brand new emoji for you right on the spot.
Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. What truly makes the iPhone 17 Pro a pro device? It's not just one thing. It's how all these new pieces come together to form a whole.
When you look back at it, you can see how each piece of the puzzle enables the next. That forged unibody allows for better cooling, which unlocks the massive speed boost of the A19 Pro. That chip's efficiency helps deliver that insane battery life. And all that power is what drives a truly professional camera system and makes the whole phone smarter with on-device AI.
And that's the real story here. This isn't just about a list of specs on a web page. It's about how a redesigned physical core enables a more powerful chip, which then powers a professional-grade camera, all of which is made smarter by on-device AI. Everything is designed to work together, in concert.
And that leaves us with one final big question. With features like ProRes RAW and Genlock, we have to ask, can a phone really, truly replace dedicated professional equipment? Or has the meaning of the word pro just evolved to mean something else? Maybe now it just means having the absolute peak of what's technologically possible right there with you every single day. It's definitely something to think about.